Hi guys, so one of the viewers have asked me to show you guys how to make beef soup. Take a look at it. Beautiful, savory, tasty, piping hot beef soup. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. Hi guys, so when it's time to make beef soup, start early, okay? Because the beef does take a long time to cook. This is not something that you want to come home at 5 in the evening and prepare dinner that evening for, okay? So Joe went to the market this morning and got me some beef. We don't eat a lot of beef in here. We're not against it. Beef is maybe like a once a month thing for us. So that's why every time we want to eat it, we have to go buy it. But anyways, take a look. It's beef for stew. It's called beef for stew. It's $5.34 for this little package. And this will feed like a family of 5 if you don't get all greedy. And the beef are in big chunks right here. And when Joe's doing any kind of stew or soup, he likes to leave them in big chunks, but I don't. I'm going to cut them smaller, okay? I'm going to use right here half a lemon. And you can totally use distilled white vinegar for this recipe, and we're not going to put it in the soup, okay, so don't panic. We're just going to wash the meat with it. Then I have 3 large potatoes. If you're feeding a family of 5, you might want to put more. This soup is just going to be for probably Joe, Jada, and me. And I've got like a half of a large onion here cut up. If it's a small or medium onion, use the whole thing. I've got some broccoli florets that I may or may not use. And I want you guys to know that when it comes to stew or soup, you're in control, okay? There's no hard and fast rules as to what to put in there. If you like carrots, put carrots. A little warning about carrots though, they tend to be really sweet in all your dishes, so if you don't want your soup to be too sweet, don't put too many carrots, alright? You can put noodles to thicken the soup. I don't want it to be thick because I'm going to eat it with white rice. I'll show you guys later. And you can also put like celery and, you know, basically anything you like. So I'm starting simple because you know here at the Bear Pantry Show, that's my main motto, is everything has to be real simple. And if you hear Willow screaming and hollering today, is because Joe locked her outside the little fenced area that we have for our patio because she was digging and making holes. Anyways, what I'm going to do now is move everything out the way, and I'm going to start by getting the meat prepared. Take a look at what I'm doing to prepare the beef. So first of all, the beef came in big chunks. Some chunks bigger than others. See, this is a little one like this. And what I'm doing, see, I have a handful here. What I'm doing is just cutting it into bite-sized pieces. That will allow it to cook more quickly, and also it'll serve as your serving piece for your guests, right? Or for your family. So I'm just using my little knife here that I always use. Don't use the cleaver, because if you use the cleaver, it might kind of get it too mincy, if that's a word. And I'm just going to continue doing this, and I'll be back in a flash to show you what we do next to the beef. Okay, to the beef. And of course, like everything I do here at the show, I try to make it easier. For my young viewers, you know, who's trying to make this for mom and dad, I found out that shears work even better. Look. Look, Ma, no hands. Just to cut the beef into small pieces. And look how much we got. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot here. It really grew in volume because we did this to it. And that's what we do a lot in Belize when we were growing up. They knew how to stretch the meat. I mean, one chicken would feed a family of like 15. You know, so when I was growing up in Belize, chicken was like $3.50 a pound. So you got chicken on Sundays. Anyways, look, we got a lot. So what we're going to do next, I have a bowl. I'm going to dump it in the bowl. Show you guys. Here we are. Now, of course, after you're done, you want to wash your shears right away, okay? With hot water and some soap. So this is our bowl of beef, and I've taken the seeds out of the lemon, well, all the seeds I could find. I'm sure there's going to be more left in it. And you just want to squeeze on top of the beef. And I don't know if there's a scientific thing to this, but as Belizeans, we never eat meat without washing it. You can use distilled white vinegar, but you're just going to wash it off the meat. I'm going to wash this off, take to the sink right now and wash it off. And when I come back, we're going to be adding our spices, alright? So all I'm doing here is adding a little bit of water. It doesn't have to be warm. And just washing. Like it says, wash. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour this water off the beef and meet you guys back at the counter. So as usual, you know how I do it here, right? I don't put a whole lot of different spices on my meat. I'm not into sage, I'm not into thyme, tarragon. I can't even name the spices that exist because I'm not into them. So all I put is salt, put some on the top, and I'm down to my last bottle of powdered Ricardo. And it's not Ricardo, it's Ricardo. That's what we call it in Belize, but it's made from achiote, and you know we have the kind that's kind of like clay, and you would rub it on this too if you had that. If not, use paprika, okay, or paprika. Some black pepper. Then what I'm gonna do is just kind of mix it up, make sure all of it get doused, and some meat keeps trying to escape from me. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put salt again on the top, lightly dusting, and black pepper. Don't worry if you don't get enough salt and pepper on this because you're gonna salt and pepper the soup when it's done, okay? Some this is not paprika, I'm sorry, some Ricardo. I don't like the taste of paprika. And so when I didn't used to be able to get the Ricardo and Daddy didn't have the store yet, I would burn the sugar, old school way, in order to get my meats dark. But we'll cover that one of these days, all right? So this is ready. And all I'm gonna do, oh, by the way, I haven't told you guys, but don't peel your potatoes just yet, all right? Because this soup is gonna cook for at least 2.5 hours. Oh, wait, not the soup, the meat. It's gonna cook for 2 to 2.5 hours, and you don't want your potatoes to get black. So just gonna leave them aside. Okay, so here we go. I'm using a big soup pot. This is like a big 5-quart nonstick pot. I'm putting a little bit of olive oil in it. We don't need the olive oil because it's not gonna stick or burn. We just want it for the flavor. Just heat it up for like 30 seconds and then start adding the chunks of beef to the oil. And don't let the oil get too hot, okay? Because then it'll kind of spin up and burn you. So we want to put all the pieces in. Don't worry if you double stack them. That'll be fine. They'll get brown. All we want to make sure is that they get brown. So this right here is like the leftovers, you know, from the marinade, so to speak. Don't throw this out, okay? Because we're going to add it to the pot after the beef is brown. I'm starting off with like 4 cups of water right here, but we're not going to measure the water because this is soup. So all we want to make sure is that we have enough liquid in there to serve the people as soup, all right? So I have this on between medium and high, and I'm just going to allow this to brown. We don't want any pink or red meat to be seen by the time we start adding our water, okay? So if you're going to do this in a slow cooker, you're going to want to sear it like this first to make it brown. Unless, of course, you like your meat not to look as brown, you know? So let me allow this to brown. It'll go for probably 10-15 minutes. When I come back, we'll be adding our water and stuff to it, all right? So here we are. That took about 10 minutes. And it's all brown. Starting to make that frying sound. So we add that little bit of leftover marinade from the bowl. And I start off, like I said, with this big 4-cup measurement. And it's not at the halfway mark yet in my pot. I want to go at the halfway mark, so let me get more water. So this is about 3 liters of water, but basically all you want to do is get it to the halfway mark, okay? 1 hour later, the beef has been boiling away, and all I've been doing is keeping an eye on it, adding water accordingly so that my meat doesn't burn. Now, 1 hour and 45 minutes in, it's time to peel and dice the potatoes. And if you notice, I cut them in pretty big chunks because I don't want them to disappear in the pot while it's cooking. At the 2-hour mark, now it's time to add the onions and the potatoes. I'm still undecided if I'm going to add the carrots or not. So if you notice, there's not enough water, so I'm going to fill her up back to the halfway mark again. And yes, look, 20 minutes in, I decided I am going to put carrots, so I cut up like 2 carrots. I allow this to cook until the potatoes and the carrots are tender. And now the only thing left to do is to add some salt to the pot. And this is to my taste, so do this to your taste, okay? And then some black pepper. And it's pretty much done. Alright guys, so finally it's all done. Now take a look at our beautiful soup. Isn't it gorgeous? See? It's not very thick. The broth is not very thick. That's because I don't like my soup too thick because I'll put rice in this. Let me show you guys, okay? Let me go on ahead, put some rice. And I know that a lot of Belizeans don't do that, but I love putting the rice in my soup like that. And then just go on ahead and eat. You guys want me to taste? Let me taste. Tell you guys what it tastes like. So I have my soup here. Take and have some meat. And it's just enough carrots that it's not sweet, okay? It is so spicy. I did put a lot of black pepper in it. You guys are going to love this. Do what you need to do to it to make it your own. Jazz it up. That's going to be my word. Jazz it up, okay? Put more stuff in it, more vegetables, noodles, whatever you desire. But this is like a base, basically how you do it. If you want to do it in a slow cooker, make sure that you brown the beef first, or it's not going to look as brown and pretty as this right here, okay? Like this, see? It's not going to look as beautiful as that. And the beef is so tender. The carrots are just perfect, you know, with the texture and stuff, and it's not sweet at all from the carrots, and it's spicy from all that black pepper. So I know you guys are going to love this. Thank you so much for sharing the video for me. Angie, thank you so much for sharing the video on Facebook. I know that takes a lot of your time, and I so appreciate that you do that, okay? You guys try it. Tell me how you like it. You know that I have stewed beef and okra at the side already. So now this is beef soup, and I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it. Until I see you guys again, take care. Please check out my review channel right here on YouTube. It's called Bear Pantry Talk. Also check out my vlog channel. It's called Babs Bear Talk.